Hello, everybody. Welcome to MTG Place Podcast, your place for all things Magic. With me today is Josh. How's it going, Josh?
What's up, everybody?
How you been liking Bloomborough? You played any on Arena yet?
Bloomborough. What about
Or
Duskmourn?
Duskmourn, I mean, yeah. I keep doing that.
I have not, but I hear that it's actually a very good limited set. Some people are saying this is some of the best limited they've played in a long time.
It definitely feels like you can play pretty much whatever you want, and splashing's pretty easy, and all the decks are somewhat competitive. Like even the worst deck is still like a 50% win rate.
Someone I was watching, I think it was MTG Goldfish podcast, but he was saying that you can find so many cool different small combos, like just the what are the rescuers or the survivors? You use them with the crew people or other small little nifty things that you can just figure out, and it's fun. So I'm excited. I should try it out.
It's pretty fun. Arena Open's going on right now. Let's see. So before we jump into the main topic here, this show is sponsored by Ironguard Supplies. We love their sleeves, top loaders, and accessories. And you can get 20% off at ironguardsupplies.com using coupon code MTG Place.
Yeah, today we'll be talking about the blue rares from Duskmourn. Give you our thoughts on the card design, where it lies within the Magic ecosystem. We'll be judging these mostly on a commander lens, but with legacy, limited, cube in mind. Get right into it. We'll start with the Silent Hall Creeper.
One in a blue. News and stuff first.
Oh, yeah. Forget our new segments. Let's do that.
Yeah, so first we got Magic News. Really the only main thing so far is Magic is teaming up with Extra Life again. So this time they're doing a Secret Lair drop. There's some Arena cosmetics. There's a live stream on Extra Life Day. They're going to do some stuff at MagicCon Vegas, and there's some Ultra Pro products you can buy with the things. But the Secret Lair is pretty cool because it is 8-bit themed or pixel themed. Mm-hmm. And it's Mana Geyser, Lightning Bolt, Fierce Guardianship, and Delayed Blast Fireball.
Yeah, which are all great cards. Surprisingly, you see a Secret Lair, and they're all pretty banger cards.
Yeah. And the non-foil is going for 40. The foil is going for 50. So the Arena store, you can get on Arena, you can get the Magic Extra Life, so the Ajani with wings kind of card sleeve, or you can get the Pixel Ajani or Flipplethip card sleeve. And then their game day stream is November 2nd. And in Vegas, if you do a $25 donation at the Extra Life booth, you get a random collector booster or a Helga pin.
Yeah, finding all the pins at MagicCon is always a fun thing to do.
Yeah, and then the Ultra Pro products you can buy is they have Extra Life t-shirts, playmats, pins, and stickers with the Ajani artwork. So it looks kind of cool. I like the artwork for the pixel artwork.
Yeah, definitely unique. Just being good cards is sick.
Yeah. Now we're going to move on to our finance segment here. So big winners of the week. We got the Overlord of Balemerks up 142% for $25.
Yeah. Surprised that this was the Overlord that actually started creeping up. Looks like it's standard. I guess experimented in Modern and Legacy, but sees quite a lot of play in Standard. All of the Overlords are pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's been showing up in, it looks like Pioneer a lot too.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're playing Altenac, Greasefang, 4 Overlords, and then they play 4 Say Its names to cheese in because it's self-mills, so you can cheese in the Altenac for cheap.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of surprised about Cash Grab. You see that card from Bloomborough? It's a common.
That card was insane in draft though. It was one of the best.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it's in there because it mills 4.
Mill 4, and then almost an Ewit type situation. I mean, it's permanent, but
yeah,
that card.
Say Its name does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
or it mills 3, and you get a creature or land back. But then, like, if you happen to get 3, say its names, you're like, oh, well, now I get Altenac.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Sun Scour is up to $10. It's a sweeper. You can remove 2 white cards from your hand rather than pay its cost.
I think this is a bad spec.
You think so?
Yeah.
It says it's picking up steam because of Bant Ritual decks in Modern, and Sun Scour's in the sideboard. I mean, it's whatever. What's next? Hellish Rebuke went up to $5, thanks to Valgavoth.
Yeah, Valgavoth has been very popular. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know. I'd be rather playing like Ob Nixilis. It's very similar.
Yeah. And then the Gamble report is people keep thinking that they're going to unban some stuff in Commander. Now that Wizards is control, we'll see. Like Biorhythm has spiked, Prime Time, Coalition Victory, Hull Breacher is all spiked up.
Yeah, I don't know about everything. Coalition Victory, I mean, I feel like now Wizards just has to because it's been the meme. But I don't know. I think there's also like CDH wants to split apart from the whole group, and we're going to have an unbanned list of everything. So that's also part of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think Hull Breacher is going to be a safe bet for anybody right now.
Right. I could definitely see Coalition Victory because that used to be legal. I remember playing when that was legal.
Yeah.
And, like, they banned it just because people were like, oh, I don't want to lose to that. I'm like, well, okay.
It's so easy to disrupt, and it's the one ban card that everyone points fingers at. So it's like, come on. If there's anything being unbanned, it's going to be that one.
All right, now we're going to see if Josh can guess the top 5 cards from the Homeland set this week.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. I don't even know any Homelands cards.
Well, you do. You just don't know that they were in Homelands.
Okay. I know Memory Lapse is in there.
It is, but it's not in the top 5.
It's not in the top 5?
Nope.
That's a good card.
It is a good card.
Oh, what is in Homelands? Oh my gosh. Okay. Is Vampire Senior Vampire Dude? Is he one of the top ones?
He is not one of the top ones.
Not one of the top ones?
Wait, which one?
Senior something.
Okay, so Baron Senior is.
Baron Senior, yes. The Baron.
Vampire is not. Baron Senior, the Vampire Noble. Well, damage this turn, dies, you can +2/+2 counter on him.
Yeah, he's the big baddie of Homelands.
Yeah, so he's $6. He's the 3rd most expensive card.
Okay.
So you got 2 other ones under that and 2 above it.
Can I remember any other Homelands cards? Oh, man. I just remember that the Vampire was the main baddie.
I'll give you a hint. The top card is a Commander-only card.
Commander-only card?
I mean, it's legal in every format, but it's only played in Commander. That's why it's the top card.
Right, yeah. I mean, Commander drives the prices up. I honestly can't think of any Homelands cards. It's crazy.
It has to do with Minotaurs.
Oh, Didgeridoo is very broken. All
Didgeridoo is $17. It's the most expensive card.
That card is actually nuts. It should be probably more than that. It's when Minotaurs are going to pop off eventually, that card's going to be broken. All right, I honestly, I can't.
The next one is a Black Enchant World.
Gosh. It counters every spell unless they pay 3 Nether Void.
No.
No? Nether Void is not
in that. It's similar, but it's Koskin Falls. They can't attack you unless they pay 2 for every creature. Now, your upkeep, you have to tap a creature or destroy this.
Don't know that one.
And then, let's see. Number 4 is a blue card you play in like every blue deck, so I'm sure you know what it is.
Memory Lapse.
No, it's a blue tutor that you play in like every blue deck.
Mystical Tutor wasn't in there. It's a personal tutor?
Nope. It's a common one.
A common tutor. Merchant Scroll?
Yeah, Merchant Scroll.
Yeah. Okay.
Duskmourn.
Okay. Nether Voids and Legends.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. Okay.
And then the last card is white.
Okay.
And
Homeland.
it's literally like a sideboard card, but it's really
Dust
good
to
in
Dawn.
Commander against.
Dust to Dawn or Dawn to
No,
Dusk
it's a sideboard for poison counters.
for poison counters. Okay. What
It's
is
called
this?
Leeches. It's one white for a sorcery. Target player loses all poison counters, and then Leeches deals 1 damage to that player for each poison counter
It's
removed
so
this way.
bad. It's so bad.
People apparently it's worth $4, so people apparently like it for against poison decks.
Oh my gosh.
So
Oh my gosh.
that's the top 5. You got one of them legitimately.
Yeah, Memory Lab should be up there. I guess it's so common.
Yeah, I was reprinted a whole bunch too.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's get on to our set review.
Our normal show we got here. Silent Hull Creeper, as I said, 1 in a blue for 1/1 enchantment creature horror. Silent Hull Creeper can't be blocked. And when Silent Hull Creeper deals combat damage to a player, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Put 2+1/+1 counters on it, draw a card, and then it becomes a copy of another target creature you control.
So just playing with this in limited is fucking bonkers.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Even not in limited, it's pretty good because it's basically you swing, you draw a card first,
Card.
you get your card
Yep.
back, right?
Then
Then you're going to put the 2/1 counters on it, and then the third time you have to choose something where you just choose the best creature you have in play, and this is a copy of it with 2/1 counters on it. Then, like, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
This has been in some of LSV's Vintage Cube so far, and it's been pretty good there. Just note, like, you have to choose something. You can't just like keep this as a
Right.
Silent Hull Creeper. So once you draw your card, once you put your +1/+1 counters, it needs to turn into something. But still, if you can like copy something, some green beater, like a Questing Beast would be insane. A 6/6 Questing Beast
Right.
in Vintage Cube seems pretty nuts. Ninjutsu stuff for any reason.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see this one in Cube.
Yeah, I've liked this card. It's been solid. The next card is absolutely bonkers as well. It's especially in like Commander, I think it will be. It's the Abhorrent Oculus. It's 2 in a blue for a 5/5 eye creature. Has flying. As additional cost to cast a spell, exile 6 cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, manifest dread. So you get 2/2 on each opponent's turn, basically. And again, if you cheat this in, you don't have to play that 6 cards from your graveyard. So if you manifest it off the top and then flip it up for 3 mana, you now have this effect where you get a 2/2 every single turn.
So I kind of compare this to Murktide Regent, where it's like you exile cards you delve from your graveyard to get like a 5/5 flying.
Yeah.
But still has more like upside than that. Because it just becomes a board presence over like 2 turns. You have bunch like 2/2s.
Well, yeah, especially in Commander, you're gonna have like 3 2/2s by the time it's your turn again.
Commander would be nuts. And the best part about Manifest Dread is like you're digging, you're looking through cards, you're putting cards in your graveyard again, activating Delirium. Yeah, I didn't think about flipping this up from Manifest Dread. That's
yeah. I remember when I first saw it, it was pre-selling for like a couple dollars, and I was like, "Why? That card seems really freaking bonkers." And now it's up to like almost $60 because everyone's like, "Yeah, that card's bonkers."
I mean, they did good art for it, which is pretty sick. Kind of glad that popped off. Or move on to the Entity Tracker. It's 2 in a blue for a 2/3 human scout with flash. Whenever enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, draw a card. Enchantress in blue?
Yeah, super good. Just draw a card, Enchantress with blue. So you play your like blue, white, green Enchantress deck now, I guess.
A Bant is really like the Enchantress like colors. It's always kind of been where green you get the Enchantresses, you have the enchantments, and blue was just kind of there. But I like how it's kind of meshing. It's not super color bleeding. if I saw this in black or red, I'd be so weirded out. But
Yeah, and I mean this fits into the in draft. It goes in the blue red deck, which is the
Mhm.
room deck. So,
The room, yeah. No, for sure.
but and it's nice that it has flash because you can flash here on end turn and then just play an enchantment or two and draw a couple cards.
Mm-hmm. Guarantee like that draw card when you know the window's open. Solid again. These have all been pretty banger.
Next up is the Mind Skinner. It is blue, so 3 blues for a 10/1 legendary
Yes.
enchantment creature Nightmare. Can't be blocked. And
Yes.
if you would deal damage to an opponent, prevent that damage, and each opponent mills that many cards.
Yes.
Mono blue mill commander. Let's go.
It wasn't a legendary creature, but like there is the mind reader zombie, some sort of zombie that made all of your creatures, like when they deal damage to opponent, they mill instead. So I've seen this in Commander before, which is super powerful. But I was
You
just
could
thinking,
you could put this in the 99 of your Bruvac decks.
sure, that's not too bad. You're already mono blue, so the triple
If you're
blue.
not mono blue, it seems a lot harder because you have triple blue. So unless your mana base is really good,
Yeah. I think, how about in draft? I think still like I would try to dilute my entire deck to mostly blue so I can run this. Like if this sticks around, if they don't have one damage to deal with it, like
I have lost to it in draft. I
yeah,
have not been able to cast it though because I haven't drafted a deck that's mostly blue.
yeah.
So
It
you do
seems
have to be like 10, 11
yeah,
islands in your
yeah.
deck to want to play it. Because if you can't get it out early, then it just kind of sucks. Like if you play something like turn 6, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
well now they
very bad.
probably have an answer for it at that point.
Yeah, you really need to be able to cast it on 3, which is really hard. But I think it's a cool card design. It's not going to be your money breaker like Abhorrent Oculus, where it's going to be played everywhere. It's just it's cool, definitely cool. And Magic needs those cool cards. All right, we go to the Tale of Tameo. 2 and a blue for Legendary Enchantment Saga. Start off with Chapter 1. Mill 2 cards. If 2 cards that share a card type were milled this way, draw a card and repeat this process. Okay, that's for Chapter 1, 2, and 3. And as we were reading, like, definitely in this limited draft environment, there's enchantment and creature, like that already hits for Delirium or Tale of Tameo right now. Like you could have a creature and an enchantment creature. They're both creatures. For 4, exile any number of target instant or sorcery and or Tameo Planeswalker cards from your graveyard. Copy them. You may cast any number of the copies.
So I've seen this played against me a few times, and the issue with it is in draft, you're milling a lot of cards.
Yeah.
And you might, even if you hit like 5 instant sorceries, you still have to pay the mana for that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like I feel like it's going to be better in like constructed or commander where you can like, set up infinite mana turn or a whole bunch of mana turn and then do it.
I feel like in those environments though, it's still a little too slow.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it's kind of slow. And B, like the payoff is like, okay, I can play stuff from my graveyard basically, like instant sorceries, but you still have to pay the mana. So
I guess you just have to hope you're actually drawing the cards from 1, 2, and 3. But that's still hard to hit because you have lands.
I mean, like I guess in like combo, like what's the combo where you just play everything like the Yogg's Will type thing?
Yeah.
Like, but you can only do it with instant sorcery, so you need a lot of like 1 mana gain more mana stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's good enough. Like, and I have a feeling it's not going to be. Like, that's why it's only like 19 cents to buy this card.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's too slow, and they don't cast for free. Maybe if they did cast for free, there might be like a little small percentage of people trying to play this. But like the first 2, you want to draw a card, and Magic already has lands in decks, so you're already like 50-50 going to not hit something.
Right.
That's just how you build Magic decks, and so it's not reliable.
Yeah, the only place I've seen it played in draft is when they just want the mill to get Delirium, and they don't give a shit if they draw the card. So
right,
and even then, it's like a C, like it's like a medium card. It's not
right.
good.
Yeah. All right. Our first bad card.
Next up, we got Enduring Curiosity. Just 2 blue blue for an enchantment creature Cat Glimmer. It's a 4/3 with flash. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. And if it dies, if it was a creature, return to the battlefield and it's under control, it becomes an enchantment. Not a creature.
Yeah. I like these glimmers a lot. So this is Binding of Thassa or Coastal Piracy.
Right. Or just putting Curiosity on all of your creatures.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've seen this before, but being on a creature, which is nice, and then you have to double tap it if you don't exile it, which is pretty
And it's
insane.
nice that it has flash, so like you can swing with a bunch of stuff. They don't block. You flash this in and draw a bunch of cards.
Love that. Love that. Yeah. I know LSV, I was just listening. He's trying out all of the glimmers, and he's not too for sure on this vintage cube we're talking about again, right? It's super high powerful, but even the thought of being in a vintage cube is, it's a decent card.
Right.
So I think this is like, if you're running Coastal Piracy, well, first of all, cut that one and run the Cora one that has
The Bident.
Yeah, the Biden or
the one that has cycling.
Yeah.
The reconnaissance mission.
So it just keeps getting better and better over years. I still think is the best one. So
because you get a 4/3 on top of that.
Yeah.
Like worst case, you could play this, chump something, and then you still have the enchantment to draw when you hit.
Mm-hmm.
So. And
it's an enchantment creature on play, so your enchantresses trigger off that, and if they kill it, it ETBs again as an enchantment, and you can draw more cards off of that with your enchantresses. So that's nutty. All right, we got a new Leyline of Transformation. 2 blue for enchantment. If it's in your opening hand, play it on the battlefield. It enters. Choose a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type in addition to their other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield.
It's Maskwood Nexus, the Leyline version.
Yes. There's going to be a deck here soon. You talking about didgeridoos?
Yeah.
Didgeridoo is going to be really broken in that deck.
Everything's a Minotaur.
Yes. Dude, insane. I'm excited for this deck to appear. Sadly, it's not in the same standard rotation as Maskwood Nexus, but there'll be a deck someday with these things.
Yeah, so other than that, it's like medium. It's like not great.
Oh yeah, if you have no way of using it, it's
horrible. Yeah, it's horrible if you don't know how to use it.
It's a huge build around, like huge build around. So it's going to be dirt cheap for now. But
the next card is one of the better blue cards. It is the Overlord of the Flood Pits. 3 blue for a 5/3 enchantment creature avatar horror. It has impending 4, 1 blue. So you can cast it for impending. You get the ETB. You put 4 time counters on it, and at the end of your turn, you remove a time counter. And then it comes back as a creature instead of just being an enchantment. It has flying, and when it enters or attacks, you draw 2 cards, then discard a card. So 5 mana, 5/3 flyer, 3 mana, draw 2 cards, discard a card, wait 4 turns.
Yeah, this is the one that's more mid-range. Being 5 mana, I'd just almost wait till I have 5 mana to have that 5/3 flying.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good mid-range type body.
Yeah, unless you just really need the draw on turn 3, but I don't know why you would need that.
Yeah, it is draw, but you can also it's discard a card, so you can set up for your reanimation spell.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that for 3 if you're going to reanimate something big. Yeah, it's all of the overlords are very insane. If you impending them, and then if you flicker wisp them, or Phalia from Modern Horizons 3, flickering, you have to flicker enchantments, so you can't use like the normal ones that's like ephemerate, has a
Right.
target creature.
Right.
So you can do that. It comes out as a creature. So Overlords seem cool. Another thing to note, if you're doing the impending cost for 3, its mana value is still going to be, its top bar still going to be 5. And if you impending, so if you impended it, and then I counter it with what is that, mana? What's the one that you get colorless?
Mana drain.
Mana drain. I have mana leak in my head. So if I mana drain your impending, I still get the 5 mana, not the 3 mana.
Interesting.
Which is very interesting, yeah.
I think it's pretty good still.
Yeah. I mean, Overlords, they're all going to be pretty nuts.
Just the fact you get to enter and the attack kind of makes them like another mini Titan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm excited to try them out in Vintage Cube. We'll see how much actually go on to Moto, but I don't know. I feel like this one will be, just because of Reanimator is such a huge archetype.
Yeah, you definitely could play it in Reanimator.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it is good with, like you said, with like Flicker Wisp. So if they bring back the Blink deck for Vintage Cube, they could put this in.
In all Overlords, you could reanimate them yourself. You know, like maybe not try to do this one. I mean, it's pretty good with this one, but like the white one we talked about last week, that 7 drop.
That one's insane.
Oh my gosh.
That and the red one are the best too, I think.
But if we're on this Vintage Cube with the white one, where you get two
2/1
flyers, yeah. If you impend that and then attack with Thalia and flicker it, so you have 4 2/1 flyers and a 6/6 ready to attack, I feel like that's GG. Like,
yeah.
There's no way of coming back from that. Oh my gosh. All right, move on to Marina Vendrell's Grimoire. It's 5 and a blue for legendary artifact. When it enters, if you cast it, draw 5 cards. You have no maximum hand size and don't lose the game from having 0 or less life. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, discard that many cards. Then if you have no cards in hand, you lose the game.
So it's good. Oh man.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is only going to be good if you're in a deck that draws a bunch of cards and or gains a bunch of life. But you also need a way to like instant speed sack this in case you would have to lose your hand.
Yeah, sack it, bounce it. Yeah, that's scary. You got to play it where definitely in like Commander, you shouldn't be playing this. Like, if so,
unless you want to have fun, you can, but you're gonna need some sort of instant speed way to deal with your own artifact.
You need to find your combo right then and there and just win. So you can't even flicker it. I mean, you can bounce it itself.
Yeah, you could bounce it.
It's a lot of mana though. 6 mana.
Yeah.
It's definitely in the fun realm that I wanted to, like, Magic needs to have these cards. The fun realm. And then I think from here I'm going to go with a Jank combo because there is one with this card.
Okay.
All right, we're Jank comboing with Marina Vendrell's Grimoire again, right? Legendary artifact, no maximum hand size. If you cast it, draw 5 cards. But whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. And then we're going to combo this off with Quasar, Augur of Agonies. This is a legendary creature. So in your Quasar commander deck, it's 1 white, blue, black for a Cephalid Advisor, 3/4. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So when you draw your cards, I have Corey, you lose a life, I gain a life. And since I gained a life, the Grimoire is going to draw me 1 card. Since I drew a card, Quasar is going to deal 1 damage to Corey, and I'm going to gain a life. Since I gain a life, I'm going to draw another card. And the Grimoire will trigger again. It keeps going until I drain out everybody or I run out of cards first.
Yeah.
So hopefully you have enough cards for enough life of your opponents, or else
Well,
you'll
let's see,
deck
a
yourself.
commander, you're going to need 120 cards in your deck then, though.
Yeah, yeah. You don't lose the game though for having uh 0 or less life. Never mind. You do lose the game for
You
trying.
lose the game if you tank.
You just gotta, you gotta count. It's silly.
All right, my crazy card this week is Barroom Brawl. And it's crazy because it's a Barroom Brawl. So it's 1 and a green for a sorcery. Target creature you control fights target creature the opponent to your left controls. Then that player may copy this and choose new targets for the copy. So it can just go around until everyone's fought everything.
Oh man, it is a barroom brawl. That is sweet.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I punch the guy on my left, and the guy on my left punches someone to his left, and he punches someone to his left. Keep going. It can snowball into a depleted board.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Heck
All
yeah.
right. Back to our blue cards here. We're on our first room. We have the Central Elevator and Promising Stars. So the Central Elevator is 3 and a blue. For when you unlock this door, search your library for a room card that doesn't have the same name as a room you control. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. And the Promising Stairs is 2 and a blue. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1, and then you win the game if there are 8 or more different names among unlocked doors of rooms you control. So
Oh,
you basically only need 4 rooms out, and then have
all
both
unlocked.
sides unlocked.
Yeah.
Which
That.
you can win with this in draft. I've seen it done.
Oh my goodness.
Because there's
How much
enough
time do you
commons
have
and
in
uncommons room.
draft?
Well, if you need to play control if you're playing this
Yeah.
deck, but
Yeah. I guess each room does something.
yeah,
So
and you just get all the cheap rooms. Like there's the one that costs 1 blue. Like you play that, and then you play
yeah.
the one that costs like 2 blues. Like you play all
Yeah.
the cheap ones.
Yeah. It's already searching for another one. I
Mm-hmm.
This is very specific. Would you pack one, pick one this?
If I was trying for fun, if I was in like a GP, no.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
like on Arena, I've seen it win. Like it can happen.
Yeah.
It's not like so consistent that you should always pick it. Like it's one of those fun win cons, you know.
Right, right. I guess surveil one every upkeep is okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the worst case.
Yeah.
Like I'd play it in the deck where I already have 4 rooms. Like if I got this pack 2 or 3 and I already drafted 4 rooms, I'm probably gonna take it because there's a
Yeah.
chance I could get them all.
Go in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. uh, they really hit it deep with has to be rooms, not like
Mm-hmm.
enchantments.
But there is enough rooms printed in this set you could just make a commander deck with them all in.
Yeah. Yeah. You can always make a commander deck with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
And in draft, you can play the same room. Or no, they have to have different names, right? So you have to
Different.
draft different room.
Yeah. Insane. Insane. But like I said, Magic's got to have the fun cards. Like
Yep.
it's always fun to watch like a streamer try to do it.
Yeah, Newmont was the first one I saw do it.
Oh my gosh! Of course, he would be the one. Like, all right, we're doing this. Give me every
Yep, he
room.
won with this, and then he won with the 5 color guy that like unlocks and unopens doors.
Oh man,
So it's just funny.
guess we'll get there. All right, for our last card, we have
room.
another room. That's just how Scribeful orders it for us. But we got the mirror room, 2 and a blue. For when you unlock this door, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it's a reflection in addition to its other creature types. That's just a name. It's not like an illusion. Then the Fractured Realm, 5 blue. If a triggered ability of a permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So it's a clone, and Panharmonicon?
Yeah, basically. You could play the 7 mana first and then make 2 clones.
Sure, yeah.
But I
It's a
mean, usually
permanent.
when you play it, you're like, all right, I'm going to 3 mana clone something, and then you got your value. And then if you happen to have 7 mana later,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
activate it and get some double
I mean,
triggers.
playing 7 mana first
Like
is
it's definitely good and limited because I've drafted it every time, and just 3 mana copying one of your things is good enough to play. And then a couple
interesting.
times I've had the trigger thing happen where I'm like, oh, ping you for 1. Well, now it pings twice. Like I just get a couple value out of that, but
Wow.
most of it is the mirror room is why you play it.
Yeah, so a 3 mana clone is still, you think, pretty decent?
Yeah, because you can copy like your 4 mana 5/5 or whatever. Like there's some cheap bombs in this set, like cheap big things, and then
If
just copy that.
you copy an Overlord, that's just turns into a creature, doesn't have the impending. Oh wait, it has to be a creature. Okay, if it's impending, it's just a
Yeah, it's
enchantment.
an enchantment, so you have to wait till it's already a creature. But
Yeah,
yes, you can copy your
it
overlord.
isn't a creature until the last is removed. Okay, no cheesing that way.
But yeah, you can copy your bomb.
Yeah, once it's there. I mean, that's a little
Mm-hmm.
bit win more, but that's still sick. Still sick.
I've definitely just what did I copy? I copied like just like anything that's like a 3 drop or higher. It's decent just to copy that usually.
Yeah, but then
But like even the what like I was playing the blue red deck and I'm like, oh, I'll just copy this 4/2 haster for that costs 3. I'm like, that's decent to copy.
yeah,
Swing it again.
it's just not on curve, which it's fine not doing stuff on curve, but
Right.
I like to curve out.
I mean, obviously the ultimate is like, oh, I play my like then there's the case where you play your 7 mana 6/5 flying dude, the what is it, the mutilator, makes them sack 2 things, and then you just like copy that, and they have to do that again. You have 2 6/5 flyers. Like
Mhm.
that's where it's absurd. Gosh forbid you had the fractured realm first, then they have to sack 4 things.
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, the ceiling's there for sure. As you say, the floor is pretty good too. Anyway, so I see it. Well, heck yeah.
well, that's blue. What do you think? Seems pretty good.
Honestly, yeah. The way we started, I mean, white and blue so far, it's been bangers. Like this set seems good. People talk about limited being good. Like I'm excited. Like I said in the first video, like this set is just different, feels different. I read the story, so I'm fully invested into it, and it just seems like an actual world that Magic built and actually took time instead of like Bloomburrow was cool. I think it was just a little underpowered, but like Outlaws was just like let's put every cowboy hats on everything and like stuff before that. It just seemed like it was just too gimmicky. When this set just seems like an actual like living, breathing.
Yeah, I was a little bit upset because I was like, oh, it's right after Bloomburrow, but Bloomburrow was the set where it's like it was really almost like corset-y feel, where it was like, okay,
Mhm.
the draft is like just draft all rabbits or draft like it was pretty
Yeah,
easy, and then
yeah,
it was just play, and the games were kind of fun, but the drafting part was kind of boring. This
yeah,
part, it's more intricate, and I feel like the drafting part is more fun.
yeah.
So definitely
Definitely.
like this set.
I could see that. I did really enjoy that Bloomburrow was simple because that's where I got a lot of newbies to like come join in. Yes,
Right,
only dude rabbits, but it does, yeah, like you said, it feels good to actually like draft where if you're a better player, played longer, like you can
you're gonna
actually do
draft a
some unique
cooler
stuff.
deck, or you could try those wonky strategies, and they might
Mhm.
work, like the 5 color deck or the get the 8 rooms deck.
Yeah.
So.
Well, heck yeah.
All right, and again, if you like any of these cards, you can pick them up using our TCG Player affiliate link, which can be found in the show notes and on our website, mtgplace.net.
You can help support the show at patreon.com, where we have different tiers of involvement to get you different perks. Also, if you want to come hang out with us, try joining our Discord and we talk about Magic over there.
Yeah, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to be notified of all of our videos and podcasts when they're released. Thanks for listening. Bye, everybody.
Peace.